directly to that home, Param Dham. But those who were indulged in Maya and did not purify themselves, where will they go? They will also go to the Param Dham. But a small illustration I would like to give here, that supposing you have two children, very young, and you tell both the children in the morning, now come on, get up, get ready, and you have to go to school. Now one child is an obedient child. Immediately gets up, gets fresh, he is ready to go to school. Because he loves study maybe. But the other child who's naughty, he realizes I have not done my homework. And if I go to school, I'm going to get a punishment. So what does he say? I don't want to go to school today. He refuses to get up also. I'm feeling so, I want to sleep. And he says so many excuses, he gives so many excuses to his mother. I'm not feeling well, I'm feeling as if I want to vomit, I want to do this. He's a naughty child. So he starts giving excuses because he knows he's not done the homework and he will get a punishment. So he doesn't want to get punishment in front of his friends. So he refuses to get up. Will the parents allow him to bunk school? No. He said, no, you have to go to school. How come that you are feeling such? Let me see your temperature. You have normal temperature. Okay, I'll give you medicines. But you have to go to school. But he doesn't get ready at all. He just is lying lazily in that bed. What will you do? Try to make him understand, look, child, you have to go to school. If you don't go to school, you'll spoil your future. You try to make him understand everything, but still he doesn't understand because he knows that he's not done the homework and he is not willing to speak out the truth. So what will you say? Okay, if you go to school, then I'll get you one ice cream, I'll get you whatever he likes. We give incentives also, temptations also. But he doesn't want to go through the punishment. That is in his mind. So he says, I don't want chocolates, I don't want ice creams, I don't want anything, but I don't want to go to school. What will you do? Allow him to stay at home? No. Finally, you beat him, you slap him, and drag him to the bathroom, make him ready, even though he is crying. He goes on crying, but you don't have pity at that time because you know that is his future. His future will be spoiled. If he is excused today, then every time he will do this. So, you don't want him to get in that sort of sanskaras. So finally you beat him, take him to the bathroom, get him ready. He is crying, let him cry. You don't have pity on him. Drag him to school also. And keep him there. You tell the teacher today is upset, so you take care of him. So the teacher also takes care of that child. So when he is asked, why have you not done your homework? You have to stand up on your bench or go out and hold your ears and you have to go for the punishment. He is crying. He has to go through the punishment also. And everything. Now both the children go to school. One goes happily because he has done his homework, he is fine, happy. He is enjoying the whole day also. He takes in what is being taught in the class. Everything he gains. There is gain, gain, gain. Because he was obedient. But the other one is the loser for the whole day. He is not in a good mood because he has been slapped. So his mind does not concentrate. He has to go through the punishment. He does not gain in his study also. Nothing. Even in the break when his friends are playing, he sits there with a sulky face. His friends try to come and tell him, now remove this sulkiness from your face. Come to play, let us play. but is not at all interested. And this is how he comes back home also. And after he has cried and gone through the punishment and has been a loser, he does not enjoy, he goes to sleep. Maybe he doesn't take his food also and he goes to sleep. And when he wakes up, that is the time maybe when his friends would come again and say, what is happening to you? Come on, let's go out to play. So in the evening time, maybe he goes out to play. And then he again comes in the mood. So both the children, how do they experience their days? One is happily throughout the day, a winner of the day, and the other one is the loser of the day. So God also has two types of children. One are the obedient one, who realize their self, who realize God, who purify themselves, do the homework because they realize time also, that now the time is changing. The night of Brahma is over, so we need to go back home. So they do their homework, they purify themselves and they elevate their actions and they go through the path of light. Straight to that home, no punishments, because already purified. So go there, rest for a while till the world gets transformed, and then as the golden dawn begins, the day of Brahma starts, they descend from the Kriti Yuga as divine beings. But those who were indulged in Maya and have not purified themselves, what happens to them? They go through the path of darkness. They have to go through Dharmaraj, through the punishments and purify themselves. And after purification, naturally after the punishment, they are so tired and exhausted, they go to that eternal home and go to sleep. And therefore it is said, Jin soya tin khoya. The one who sleeps loses everything. Down below, time and tide waits for none. Time is moving. And they are sleeping. So the Kriti Yuga, the Satyuga and Treta Yuga is over. So by the time they wake up is evening. Because they were moodless. They did not feel like enjoying. They were dull, sulky, and they were going through a lot of moods. So they slept in that Paramdham, and by the time they feel like playing on this world drama and they descend, it is evening time. So it is Kali Yuga time. Evening means Kali Yuga. The night of Brahma starts then. So that is how the evening time they feel like coming and they come. And that is why in Kali Yuga, the population starts increasing. Because those souls who have been coming and playing their roles from Satyuga, they are here. Changing their costumes, one after the other, experiencing life in full swing and enjoying the fruits of all elevated actions, leading the divine life in the heavenly kingdom, the day of Brahma. Even in Copper Age, they are good worshippers. They are pious people. They remember God. But in Kali Yuga, you see that the population explosion started. Multiplication of souls. Where did all these souls come from? So those who are here, they are there. And the ones who had gone through the path of darkness, they also start descending very fast. So the population explodes. So the population increases. And when they descend, they come in a happy mood. So you find that those people who are doing unrighteous actions, they are also enjoying. It is like the first phase, that is the golden age for them. So they have all materialistic comforts and everything, like golden age, what we have, because God gives justification to them also. Not that because they have slept now, they won't get the happiness of this world. So for a temporary period they get the happiness. But in that happiness, in that materialistic comforts and happiness, they are again under the clutches of Maya. So when they are under the clutches of Maya and God wants to make them realize, now look, again the time is changing very fast. Now you don't have much time. You have to purify yourself, but again they become so naughty because they do not have the realization. So they are so naughty, indulged in all the evils, and finally they have to again go back through the path of darkness because this is a constant cycle. So what type of children do you like to become? We are all God's children. So through which path you would like to go? Through the path of light or through the path of darkness? It is up to you. If you would like to go through the path of light, then we have to be obedient children of God. We have to be loveful children of God and purify ourselves in this Kali Yuga also, so that we go through the path of light. And so the qualifications of such souls is explained, that the human beings who travel on the path of light, that is the path of actions, being the embodiment of knowledge. So whatever action they perform through proper understanding, through